I go into this topic, but my guide said that it's okay for me to put this out. I've actually been contemplating this for a while, in terms of like this specific message and I will say, how would I even put it? This not concept, but understanding that I've come to just based off of what I've been seeing and what I've experienced when it comes to karmic individuals, spiritual attacks, etc. Um, where's everybody at? Let me see. Is this working? Yeah, it is. Okay, good. So basically, what I was shown is that a lot of the individuals that you're dealing with, um, remember we talked about a lot of these practices, these books, this knowledge. It's a double-edged sword. As you step into it, it steps into you, right? That's why I encourage you guys that who are new to spiritual practice, everything like that. The number one thing that you need to know, outside of all of the names and all of the deities and all those things, once you understand the mastery of energy and the mastery of the planets, you don't need anything else. You really don't. You really, really don't. All else is just basically like a stepping stone to get you to the same absolute truths, which is the 108, 105, or 108 laws of the universe anyways, right? That's why, like, you see me, I don't engage in, I won't put out certain content or books or things like that on my Patreon or my platform, because they could create misguidance, as well as in the wrong hands, it's fire. It's a double-edged sword. So basically what I was shown is there are some karmic individuals that have been playing games with you. And some of these individuals, they don't realize by that game that they attempted to play opened up Pandora's box in several ways. So for some, they tried to go into some type of ritual for either against you or for power and gifts and shit like that. And they got something on their head. And then for another party, you guys, there's some karmics who were spiritual. I'm picking up on a karmic that was specifically spiritually attacked by her mom, or she was spiritually attacked by another karmic. So those are the three categories. So basically what I was shown is that, because I asked, I was like, okay, why does this keep on happening? Like, they're exhausting their resources, they're stressed out, they're tired, they're burdened, they're already getting caught up. But my guide said that's a part of the whole entire plan. It's slow suicide. Because of whatever entities or energies that they stepped into, it conjured up this suicide energy, which Scorpionic reverse type of energy. You know, Scorpio's a death card, but the death card reverse is suicide ideation. Some of the karmics that you're dealing with, this is what they're currently going through. That's why they won't stop. They're on a suicide mission, but they don't know it yet, though. That's the craziest thing about this whole thing that I was shown. I was like, okay, now I see what's going on. Certain karmics that have been working against you or teaming up against you, stuff like that. It's all by design, because even if you look into the charts, 3D and 9D, you'll see, so Western and Vedic whatnot, you'll see that these individuals are all working with 6th house, 12th house, and Saturnian enemies. Yes. And it was all by design. It's a mechanism that was built in for stupid people using this shit for stupid intentions. Remember, I talked about a story I was reading. Before I read any spiritual text, I go ahead and I look at reviews and other scholars and things like that who dealt with it and worked with it and stuff like that. And one book in particular, which is very powerful, it's from the 1600s. I was reading some lady decoding it, and she was saying how as she started decoding the book, it started decoding her, and she started getting attacked and things like that. A lot of these practices, they have very strong magic, very strong entities or demons over them, blocking people or punishing people for getting into it and being stupid, especially when you come from a specific bloodline. Yeah, we're going deep today. When you are from a specific bloodline and your specific bloodline has a bunch of trauma and karma and they have not done good on this planet, basically what happens is when you step into those different practices and frameworks to try to harm other people, hold on one second, harm the people or whatnot, it's inadvertently going to eat you, because your ancestors they've been tagged. You see your DNA. That's why you see, men lie, women lie. Energy doesn't lie. DNA doesn't lie. Your DNA basically is like your passport to the universe and different dimensions in spiritual practice. So these karmic individuals, for the ones who specifically had stuff cast upon them by their mother, either or like their family, or by another karmic that they're dealing with, they don't understand that the reason why they're engaged in the legal problems, relationship issues, financial issues that they're involved in now is because one, they had that spell put on them, but then two, they didn't realize that it was a suicide spell. Not to just like take a whole bunch of pills or something like that, but to specifically put you with your 6th house and 12th house enemies so that you would make stupid ass decisions that will put you in position for slow suicide. You see what I'm saying? Do you see? Yeah, I hope this makes some sense to y'all. You may have to sit and ponder this. You may have to sit and ponder this. Thank you so much for the super chat. You may have to sit and ponder this, but this is specifically what's going on. And like I said, it came to me because I was like, what the fuck is all this about? Like, don't these people know that they're just destroying themselves? They're like, that's the entire point. They don't know that they're under a suicide spell. Ooh, man. For a lot of you guys too, you're going to start to see people that you didn't even know cast shit towards you. You're going to start to see it manifest right now in poor health, in loss of finances, in their reputations being ruined. And you're going to realize, okay, so this is the spell that they cast for me. It's gone back to them. You see? So this is a lot of the energy that you guys are going to start to see coming up. And it's really mainly because of the transits and that double, that double Uranus energy, as well as Jupiter. You know, Jupiter in the air sign, that's quick. That's quick moving changes. Yeah. Yeah. So just patience is needed for justice to come. Yeah, that's why, you know, and this is for a lot of you guys, this is going to help you build actually more patience because you're like, oh, okay, this person is just like basically killing themselves, trying to harm me or injure me or work against me. But the karmics, they will never see it as that. They won't. They don't see it as that. They can't even, their mind can't even get to that point. Because like I said, individuals who practice arrogance and low vibrational behavior, they lack the ability to practice wisdom. They lack foresight. So a lot of these karmics, they don't even know what they're under, what they're engaged in, what is coming towards them right now. This is what's currently coming towards them, you know, their own demise, but they created it for themselves. You know, unfortunately for some of these karmics that they had this shit cast upon them by their karmic mother or whatnot, it's so unfortunate. But, you know, a lot of us, we were under those suicide spells too, from the word witchery and the getting cussed out and the psychological manipulation and the trauma, but we broke that. You know, we broke that and we moved on and we moved forward. We didn't let it hinder us. We didn't let it impact us in a negative manner. We didn't let it put us into situations, basically slow suicide situations with individuals. We didn't let that happen to us. We broke those chains. We broke that spell, and we kept it pushing. That's why I always tell you, if you got a toxic ass karmic family members, mother, father, etc., it's really important to do that healing work and that shadow work because they cast spells. They cast spells with their behavior. They cast spells with the shit that they say to you. You said Ashanti. You said no. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's true. Make sure that you cast yourself in a circle, but also just make sure that whatever you're doing, sorcery, and it's involving the energy of other people, you're very careful with that shit, because this is why it's called sorcery. You're manipulating wheels, aka wills, and that shit can backfire. So a lot of these karmic individuals that they think that they're playing with you, it's going to be a very serious plot twist when they realize that they just dug their own grave, but that was the entire point the whole fucking time. And I wouldn't say it's a protection mechanism from some of these magic systems. This is how we eliminate stupid people from this planet and stupid bloodlines, right? Because obviously it's like these karmic roaches, they're able to survive from one bloodline to the next for specific reasons, a lot being magic or tying into high vibrational bloodlines and lowering them, etc. That's the built-in protection mechanism. We talked about this. The universe is as above, so below. So if the human body has built-in protection mechanisms to help fight off infections, to help, heal your bones, to help renew the blood. The body renews itself every 7 years. Every single cell in your body is new every 7 years. If the human body has those type of fascinating mechanisms built in, what the fuck do you think the universe has built in? What the fuck do you think that these different dimensions and star systems and shit like that have built in? What do you think that they have built in? They have even more strenuous mechanisms that are invisible to the naked eye and invisible to a lower consciousness, you see? So it's kind of like you guys have this spiritual X-ray vision, very spiritually gifted, a lot of you guys. You have this spiritual X-ray vision to see past, to see what's going on, and to see deeper into certain situations, and to see what's really working here. Because while you really have to realize that these things it's not against you, it's actually for you, to help build up your energy and prep you for these spiritual battles that you're going to be going through, and these individuals and entities and archonic spirits that you're going to be going through. Exactly. Return to sender is clearing work. All clearing work is return to sender. Because when it breaks off your energy field, where the fuck do you think it goes? It either goes back to source and then back to the person. And I always try to use this as an example. I have a whole bunch of people that come to me for sessions. They didn't even know that they were having spell work being done on them, but the reversal card also comes out too in the deck to show them like, nah, you're good. You don't. To show them that you're good. You don't need or that the magic is already broken unbeknownst to them, even knowing that it was done on them in the first place. All right. So that's what I just wanted to put out there about that. It's a lot going on right now in the realms, y'all. It's very exciting. It's very interesting. Yeah. Very exciting. Very interesting. People are going to have some harsh realizations in the very much near future about their behavior and what they've been a part of and how it's ruined their life. Like, and while they thought that they were ruining you, they're really ruining themselves. Don't you love how that works? Especially if you've been actively doing your reversal work, your clearing work, all that type of stuff. People can't be mad because if you didn't send shit out, nothing's going to come to you with the reversal, period. Yeah, you know, I want to give an example of this how this shit also works with this slow suicide. When people think that they're attacking you, they're really attacking themselves. I know a karmic. Him and his karmic female tried to put a spell on my life so that I'll attract men that have like STDs. Which is funny because I'm not promiscuous anyways. I'm very not like that. You know, Virgos were not like that anyways. So I was just like, okay, I wonder how this is gonna work. That shit backfired. That shit fucking backfired onto both of them. She ended up burning him, and then he burnt a whole bunch of other women with a very serious life-threatening STD. You see that? You see what I'm talking about when it comes to like slow suicide? As they cast shit on you, they're really casting it on themselves because the Most High is like, okay, well, in order for you to take a life, you want to take something, you got to give something. So, I mean, shit, the universe is coded with all these different internal mechanisms, internal and external mechanisms to keep these karmic energies in check. They really think that they're playing you, but they're really playing themselves. Shit is really crazy right now. So, all right, you guys. I hope you all enjoy this quick channeled message. I know it's a lot to understand and sink in, but once you understand this, you're going to have that hangman moment, and you're going to come to the realization like, okay, all is self anyways at the end of the day. All of it. Yeah, everything has to return to its original source. The universe conspires towards retribution. Yeah. Yeah. You can't tamper with another person's soul without tampering with your own. That's period. That's why it's called imprinting. We talked about this on Patreon, spiritual warfare messages. That's why anybody attacking you, it's a lost cause, because if you know how to deal with imprints, you can destroy any of your enemies as long as you know how to deal with imprints. That's why I really just encourage y'all, like, don't pay for shit to get sent to anybody, and don't send shit out. Yeah, don't attack anybody. Don't send attacks, because this is this higher level knowledge and learning. This keys to the streets that these karmics do not fucking have, y'all. I cannot stress this enough. I cannot stress this enough. These keys to the spiritual streets. But like I said, arrogance is a blockage for foresight. So a lot of these karmics, they jump in, they're overzealous, Queen of Wands reverse, King of Wands reverse, and then they end up jumping straight into that fucking tower. Yeah, into God's house, the tower. Because obviously they needed a fucking lesson. They needed a visit. Yeah, they think that they can transfer their energy. Yeah, they think that I saw them in a circle. The karmics, they all wrote down like all the karma that they knew was coming to them, and they try to put like a picture of somebody that they're trying to transfer the energy to. It was some weird shit that was going on. I was like, what is this? And it all fucking backfired. Their karma was amplified. Their karma was amplified because you guys have done a lot of clearing work. You've done a lot of ancestral work. You've done a lot of sealing and clearing of your Akashic records. And it's not a vibrational match, you see? And because it's not a vibrational match, it pings right back to the person tenfold, right? Because remember, you got mirrors in your energy field. You got all kinds of protection mechanisms against this type of bullshit. So a lot of people are going to be coming to that realization too, that whole karma transference shit is not working at all. At all right now. No. It's not only is it not working with Saturn being in Capricorn these past 2 to 3 years, all this magic that's being worked, it's already been stored in their DNA, in their blood, in their bones. Remember, Capricorn is old bones. Capricorn is the bones. right? You know, bones is marrow. That's where blood is produced as well. So these individuals, you got to pay attention to the transits. You really got to pay attention to the transits. This came up in one of the readings that I did. I think it was What's Their Karma? When the sun, the North Node, and Saturn are in specific signs, oh, no, baby. You don't want to do that, because just as slow as that karma was to come with Capricorn, the karma is coming really quick now with Aquarius, with Saturn being in Aquarius, okay? So I just try to give y'all like the astrological like explanation, because you know astrology is really more math and the understanding of the celestial bodies, the composition of the celestial bodies, the placements of the celestial bodies, and their relevance to one another, that solidifies, you know, what we're talking about here, because this ain't no pseudoscience. This is real shit happening right now. Yeah, all these different rituals that are being worked right now with when Saturn was in Capricorn. Saturn is still in Capricorn in Vedic, so just give it a little bit more time to move in complete alignment with Western astrology. So, wow, ooh, harsh, rude, karmic awakenings happening for a lot of people right now. You're not transferring your karma. You're not doing none of that shit. You're suicidal as fuck. That shit is crazy as hell. They brought it upon themselves though. All right, y'all. I hope everyone has a great day. You said my mom's 12th house is in Aries. Ooh. Yeah, I'm telling you, the shine. Oh God. Whew. When you look at the synastry of the karmics that are working together against you, or just the karmic themselves with your twin or something, you'll just be like, oh, I see exactly where this is going. The universe is just really waiting for you to get on the same page with the program. They're like, did you forget? You signed up for this before you came into this reality. So we're trying to make you remember. We're trying to make you remember what's going on here and what's about to go down, so that you're not confused, and so you can manifest the most high vibrational outcome for self. All right, y'all. That's what I have for you. Thank you so much for the super chat, Nancy. All right, everyone. I have readings going all out today. Just stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.